Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Simnaya Online. Sim, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across a video where this woman was saying that supporting Trump doesn't make you racist, thinking that makes you ignorant. And to my greatest surprise, she is also an immigrant Patriot mom. Which Patriot is she? Who did she serve? I guess she did not serve anywhere. But she said, I am not racist. No, I am not MAGA. Yes, I support Trump. Of course, supporting Trump makes you MAGA because his slogan is MAGA. That is the problem with these people that they don't know anything. How do you want to educate somebody that does not want to be educated? Yeah, it does make you a racist because he is also a racist. And also, you are a MAGA. The fact that you support this administration and you are proud that your own people, because if you are immigrant, probably, I don't know, she looks Latino, but wherever she is from, I don't care. You all be causing too much problems, and then turn around to tell black people to come and assist you or help you. When they don't come out, they become the bad people. But when you all guys were the ones that voted for this administration, I love my people. I love the fact that my people are chilling. Continue to chill, my people. Let's get into this video.
Black people have been doing the work, not just for years, not just for decades, but for generations. Fighting for freedom, fighting through oppression, fighting to stay alive in a world that was built to break them. They have endured some of the greatest atrocities ever inflicted on humankind, and still, they rise. Let's be clear, white people are not the saviors of this story. We cannot ride in at the final hour and expect to be celebrated. This isn't our glory to claim. Because the truth is, black communities have been leading this fight all along. They've been carrying the torch, spreading the message, sounding the alarm. Our role is not to take over, it is to stand behind, to support, to elevate, and to ensure that they have a platform that they have always deserved and so desperately need. Because their liberation is tied to all of ours, and their oppression has long been woven into the very fabric of this country. America was built on the backs of black people, its wealth, its systems, its legacy, all shaped by the labor that was never paid, lives that were never honored, and voices that were systematically silenced. There are families in this country today who live in comfort off the inheritance of wealth built generations ago, money passed down from ancestors they never met. But a lot of that wealth, those estates, those trust funds, those corporate empires, was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of our black brothers and sisters. Fortunes were made while entire communities were exploited, abused, and discarded. And now, generations later, the beneficiaries of that system still reap the rewards, while the descendants of the labor that built it are still fighting just to survive. Black families didn't get that kind of inheritance. They inherited trauma. They inherited systems designed to keep them at the bottom, no matter how hard they worked to rise. And that's why reparations matter. Not as charity, not out of guilt, but as justice, as the inheritance that was earned but never received. Because reparations aren't just about money, they're about truth, they're about repair, they're about healing a wound this country was built on, one it's tried so hard to forget, even as the descendants of that pain live it every day. Until we reckon with what was stolen, there can be no real peace, no unity, no future built in good faith, because healing requires more than hope, it requires action. And the question isn't whether we can afford reparations, the question is whether we can afford to not deliver them. Because if we truly believe in justice, if we believe in freedom, if we believe that every life carries equal worth, then we must return what was never ours to keep.
She said this out loud in front of people. Supporting Trump doesn't make me racist, but thinking that makes you ignorant. Tired of this lazy argument. Have better insults or sit down. Are you out? Lord Jeba, Lord. Now, mind you, that little shit down there, no, I'm not racist. No, I'm not MAGA. Yes, I support Trump. The rest of it says she wants to make this country, take this country back. Are y'all ready for her name? Y'all see it right there, but Let me really show you something. Leslie, immigrant Patriot mom. And y'all wonder why I, an actual veteran, do not want to be called a patriot. Don't do that. Don't. They're giving out, motherfuckers are calling themselves patriot for just bullshit. I'm patriotic because it got 50 flags and the 60th one, the 51st one is tattooed over my ass. I don't want that shit. I'm good. I'm good. Don't thank me for my service and do not call me a fucking patriot. No. You can call me a soldier. You can call me an NCO. You can even call me a veteran. But do not call me a patriot. Because it seems like everybody can be a patriot. She's a fucking immigrant. The fuck? The Reagan Deevolution is almost complete. The Ronald Reagan Deevolution experiment is almost complete. It's almost done. It's almost fucking done. We almost don't have to talk about it anymore. Why? Because we have now reached a point where uneducated people are giving themselves titles they never earned for shit they never did, calling themselves patriots when they have not done any patriotic shit whatsoever, saying they love this country when they hate the half or the over half that don't agree with them. And I'm sorry, I do that too. I don't like them motherfuckers. Fuck them, I loathe them. That's my sin. And are putting stock in words that don't mean shit. Can y'all really? I'm gonna use the word patriot as an example. When you hear the word patriot, what do you think? Every fucked up thing you think, when you hear the word patriot, you're well within your rights to do so because they have fucked up the word. They fucked it up. It means nothing. Nothing. When people call other people racist and they get a reaction, that means there's still power in that word. I just said this the other day to yet another bearded white man. Walking around here carrying sins for shit you may or may not be doing. Everybody talk about the white man and nobody said nothing. Why are you over here? If you're not the right man, why are you mad when we talk about the white man? Same thing here, fam. Same fucking thing here. I'm sorry. If you are MAGA, you agree with the ideology of MAGA. And MAGA, by its heart, in its soul, is racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and ableist. And we would not have a MAGA movement if we did not have a Donald Trump spreading a MAGA movement. So I don't give a fuck if you aren't MAGA or not. If you support that motherfucker, you MAGA. And if you MAGA, you own it all that. I do not care. It matters for not. But how many fucking times are we going to say that to people? How many more motherfucking times are we going to have to say it? The ideology surrounding one Donald John Trump is rooted in, and let's go ahead and give the list again, kids: racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, and ableism. Why? Because he exudes, like it pours out of his fucking clogged up pores. Racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, and ableism. He don't miss one. He don't miss a single one. And if you support that, whether you want to admit you're MAGA or not, you're fucking MAGA. And this lady talking about making America, taking America back. You just got here. You didn't even go to this school. She calls herself Immigrant Patriot Mom. Immigrant can't argue with that. Maybe she's an immigrant. She probably is an immigrant. Mom, I cannot argue with. Again, if you pushing babies out, you a mom. Patriot? How the fuck? What'd you earn? How did you earn that right? How did you earn that title? How? And you had to put this whole fucking thing in saying, supporting Donald Trump doesn't make you racist. Then why are you sitting here carrying the sins of somebody who would be called racist? What the fuck you make the post for? Fuck did you make the post for? Why? You see what I'm saying? I have never once had to make a fucking post saying supporting Kevin Samuels does not make me misogynistic. I ain't got to do that. I don't support Kevin Samuels, number one. And number two, I never have to say it. I don't have to say I don't support Kevin Samuels. The fuck? Why are you carrying sins that don't belong to you? You made this post because it hit you, bitch. It hit you. You support Donald Trump. You're MAGA. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I do not care. Because there would be no MAGA movement if it was not for that man. And if you support that man and you're MAGA, you are racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and ableist. You don't get to pick and choose. Bitch, this is not a salad. I don't eat onions. I'm not a real big fan of black olives. No, bitch, it's a fucking big ass clob of spam. No disrespect to spam. I've eaten it. Tastes pretty good. But it's like in a spam can. Once you open that bitch up, you don't get to pick and choose what's in the can, bitch. You are MAGA. You are not a patriot. You are a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, a transphobe, anti-Semite, Islamophobe, transphobe, and ableist. Because if you were not, you wouldn't support Donald Trump in the first place. If none of those descriptors match, like if you don't live in any of that, then why in the fuck would you support somebody who does? You know, Darkside has the anti-life equation. I think I'll come up with the pro-MAGA equation. Racism plus sexism multiplied by homophobia divided by xenophobia plus anti-Semitism plus Islamophobia divided by transphobia multiplied by ableism. The pro-MAGA equation. If you vote for Donald Trump, you are MAGA. If you are MAGA, you are all of those things. I'm sorry.
Are you a white woman? Okay, listen. Now that the MAGA people are trying to revoke their membership, they're denouncing their birthright citizenship into the MAGA cult. I'm going to give you some identifiers. If these don't apply, you're still safe. Even though they're getting rid of the hat, they cannot get rid of the act. So here we go. The next installment of Am I MAGA presenting. Here we go. Here are some rapid fire statements that if you hear them say this, you already know, okay? I don't see color, but I support legal immigration. We should just get back to the basics. What are some other ones? I'm all for equality, but we should just get back to working hard. Red flags. wrapped in beige yoga pants. I'm sorry. If I see beige yoga pants, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. Just saying. You know, the large signs that are outside of people's doors on their porches, it says faith, family, and freedom. Like, what? She's the head of her HOA, but she runs it like it's the Supreme Court. Karen, relax. Relax. She follows a lot of clean girl aesthetic influencers, and then their captions are always about American values and, you know, just doing what they can to help the world. Okay. How'd you do? Watch the signs. Sometimes they're not neon red. Sometimes they're soft neutrals wrapped in a passive-aggressive Bible scripture. So if you passed, let me know. If you want more, let me know. Bye, guys. Are you a white woman? Okay. Do you use your privilege as a megaphone and not a filter? Okay. So now it's time for the next installment of Am I MAGA Presenting? Yeah, in these times, we definitely need to know. So now I have identifiers that if I myself hear you or see you doing any of these, then I know that you're safe. Okay, here we go. Have you ever said, that's white people shit, or white women are so exhausting while staring in the mirror? You're safe, actually. If you know how to contact your state representative or the representative for your district, you're safe. If you know how to clap back in DMs or comments and you're very sarcastic and witty, you're safe. If you say, wait, how is this legal? At least once a week, you're safe as well. Now, let me set the stage on this one. If you have no problem going into like your pharmacy, waiting in line, and there's a bunch of people in line, and you have no problem saying out loud, ooh, these Medicaid cuts are going to kill people, out loud, you're definitely safe. If you posted a black square in 2020 and then you actually kept learning afterwards, yeah, you're safe. Absolutely. And you didn't wait for someone to teach you or give you all the answers. Yes, you're safe. If your perceptions are different from your parents or your grandparents, but you actually actively work to break those generational curses for you and your children, you're safe. And that's it for now. Let me know if y'all want more. Make sure you like, comment, and favorite, and share it. I think it's good. Bye.
America is not just broken, it's being dismantled from the inside out. And we know who holds the goddamn screwdriver. Since his presidency, he has violated his oath, he's betrayed the Constitution, and he's used his power of the presidency as a personal ATM machine. So he's not running the country, he's raiding the country. And the saddest part is the people who could stop him, like the Senate Republicans, the conservative Supreme Court justices, the lifelong insiders. Oh, they've chosen cowardice over the country. Every day, Trump weaponizes the justice system. He erodes our government institution. He shields himself with gaslighting and propaganda. He's turned the Department of Justice into his own personal defense firm. He's flooded federal agencies with loyalists instead of patriots. And he's used his executive power not to protect the people, but to protect himself, his family, and whatever else is hiding in those goddamn Epstein files. And while Americans are suffering, while the world watches our democracy stumble, Republicans sit in silence. Worse than silence, they be enabling it. So here's the truth, straight up. If Republicans keep choosing loyalty to Trump over loyalty to the Constitution, they will not survive this politically. History will not forgive them, and the American people will not forget. Because what happens when this power structure turns on you, Texas? What happens when the same system you helped break is no longer in your goddamn control? You can't rebuild democracy after you've lit the match. Now, Democrats, y'all need to, this isn't even a time for politeness. This isn't the time for playing by old rules, because that game's been rigged in real time. We need bold truth, we need relentless organizing, we need community protection, and we need laser-focused messaging. Reclaim the narrative. Speak directly to the people that Trump lied to. Fight misinformation like it's fentanyl, because it's poisoning the minds and destroying lives. If Democrats want to win back trust, they must earn it by defending the people, not just on policy, but on principle. Because Trump isn't threatening your party. He's threatening democracy itself. So Republicans, ask yourself, are you loyal to the man or to the nation? And Democrats, ask yourself, are you ready to fight not just to win elections, but to save the soul of this goddamn country? Because the clock is ticking. And if we don't act now, there may be nothing left to save.
This video. Firstly, I am going to say this because sometimes when I look at the way some people behave, especially all these immigrants, like these are the people that some of them will be coming out to say, Black people help us. We are suffering. This is going on. We are this, we are that. You know? But they are all out there telling you how happy they are that some of them are being deported. When Black people said not all skin folks are kin folks, they were not joking. You knew what you were saying. It's as simple as that. This administration has really been very terrible. Nothing is working. Life is becoming harder, right? Now, that reminds me, before I am going to digress, then come back. I saw a video because some people thought that they are not on Medicaid. Some people thought they are not on Medicaid, right? I saw a video of what other states call Medicaid in United States. And some people are screaming. Some people in the comment section are screaming. But you guys were happy that Trump is doing a good job, that this is what you voted for. Why are you crying again that you never knew? So back to the story. I feel like you cannot be okay, mentally stable, and you voted for this administration. It's either you are unstable or you've gone through so much trauma, or that you are just used to suffering, or you are just religiously blind, or you are just, I don't know what it is, but you are blind. Some are blind mentally, some are also blind. Yes, I said what I said. Because I am not seeing, even the people, the MAGAs, why are you people burning some certain things? I saw someone in the comment section saying maybe they have another hat, and which is true. You know? Who are you that woke up and you voted for this administration? Because I am still trying to understand what they are doing for you, or what they have done for you. How did they convince you that they are going to, upgrade your life? Because at this point in time, it is choking in so many ways. And you all are still standing. That shows how poorly some people are not loved at home, actually. Yeah, some people are not loved. All the laws, he has broken them and nothing has happened. Why? Because he has so much backup system. I have never heard that somebody with 30-something felonies became president and some people are cheering, some people are applauding. That is the man. He loves God. Which God are you talking about? How many felonies? And you see, let me tell you something. Some people will never, no matter how you try to educate them, they will never be morally upright because they don't know what it means to be morally upright. And that is why some of their life is just dangling around. They do not have any stable something. Because when you are reasonable, when you care about your neighbor, when you care about your brothers and sisters, you might also not be in talking terms and all that, but you care about them. Even with a distance, you definitely would not have voted for this administration. So for that immigrant mom or whatever she called herself, look at your life. If anything happens, before you know what is going on, even though I don't even know the kind of citizenship you have, but that is not what I am. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you are also not safe. Because you still look, yes, I can still see where you come from. And probably when you speak, the first thing I will know is that you are where you're from. You all are so quick to come out to talk nonsense because you feel you are safe. You are actually not safe. Bye for now.